If there's one thing that's scarier than skydiving, it's being asked, tell me something about yourself in a professional setup. In this video, I'm going to be giving you all 4 powerful tips on how you can answer this question effectively and with a stellar response. But before we get there, I'm going to be giving a few ground rules that you need to keep in mind. Rule number 1, do not speak about your personal or your family life. When someone asks you, tell me something about yourself, and more so in an interview, it's very unlikely that they are keen on knowing as to what have been your personal life choices or what mistakes you have made and what you learned out of them. And neither are they interested in knowing as to what has helped you to become who you are today. Instead, they would look for your responses around your qualification, your professional work experience, and why you think that you are most suited for the job opportunity that they have. Rule number 2, do make sure to tell a story. But then, do not speak about your personal life story, but give them a professional work story. And make sure your story is as engaging, compelling, clear, and conclusive. Now, let's quickly get to the tips that I was talking of. Tip number 1. Give a brief snapshot about your work history. And this has to be in an ascending chronological order, which means you will have to speak about your most earlier job profile and then speak about your various stints before you get to talking about your present employer and your present job responsibilities. And another thing that you have to keep in mind is to do this in 4 steps. To begin with, speak about the name of the organization, followed by your designation, your key responsibilities, and for what period you were associated with the organization. Follow the same sequence to talk about each of your job stints before you speak about your present stint. Tip number 2, for every story that you're going to be talking of, make sure to attach an achievement. Now, what can those achievements be? Anything that you have contributed to within the organization which has helped in saving time, saving money, improving the process, or improving the profitability, or in short, anything that is quantifiable becomes your achievement. And you need to highlight this in your conversation to help the employer understand what has been your growth path. One of the easier ways to do this is to use the tip number 1 and tip number 2 in conjunction with each other. Let me give you an example. Let's say you joined an organization as a financial analyst, you were associated with them for 5 years, and when you moved on, you were a finance manager. When you have to speak about this particular job stint, you will have to tell the employer in which year you joined the organization and during what period you got promoted as a senior financial analyst, and thereafter what accomplishments of yours helped the organization to scale you to the role of a finance manager. This gives a clear indication to the employer about your growth and your journey with each of these organizations. Tip number 3, make sure to let the employer know about what you know about the job profile. By acknowledging this, you're giving an indication to the employer that you already know what is expected of the job profile. And in a way, this will also help you to build a psychological connection with the employer, giving an indication to him or her that you're keen and you already understand the job profile. Last and the most powerful tip number 4, is to help them understand why you think that you are the most suited candidate for this particular opportunity. This is the icing on the cake, and this is what is going to be differentiating you from the rest of the crowd. And therefore, make sure to prepare yourself around this so you are in a position to give them a stellar response on why you think that you are the most suited candidate for this opportunity. I hope this helps. You are listening to Dr. UmaGautam, Chief Talent Curator with HeadPro Consulting. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel Hiring Talkies for more insights on hiring and recruitment. I'll see you soon, and until then, take care. Bye-bye.